What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat. We are here with Jagged Alliance Flashback, created by Full Control Studios, the company that made Space Hulk. And if you've been paying attention to Jagged Alliance over the last 20 years, you probably know about this game releasing in its 1.0 form this morning. I've been excited about playing it. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm not going to pass over it. I'm not going to lie. I've been playing this game throughout pre-release, and I've been on the fence about some of the features, but I've also been over the wall about a lot of the features, and so it's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that for me. I like some things, I dislike some things. I haven't had a chance to play the 1.0 version yet, but from what I can tell, just starting up like a 20-minute campaign, it mostly looks the same as what was in pre-release, aside from the fact that everything looks like it's been polished up slightly. And so if you don't know what Jagged Alliance is, it is a game where you take control of a ragtag group of mercenaries and try to overthrow an island dictator. Almost every single game follows the same storyline. They just move things around a little bit. I wasn't a big fan of Jagged Alliance Back in Action, so I had high hopes for Jagged Alliance Flashback. This may not be a full series. That's what I'm going to throw out there right now. I'm going to watch how public interest forms around this series. If it ends up being a series that by episode 5, people are just like, meh, then I'll probably let her go the way of the buffalo, but I did want to show it off to the people that might be interested, maybe get a feel for the combat. I know how everything works. I've played like the first big chunk of the campaign in pre-release, so I'm pretty sure we should be alright. My strategy gameplay is always a little bit weak. I don't need to tell you all about that. We'll just kind of see how this thing goes. I'm going to try not to save scum or anything like that, because that is one of the hallmark features of Jagged Alliance, is that people tend to save scum it just like they used to do with XCOM. Let's go ahead and start a new game, and we'll just see how this whole thing plays out. How about that? Dear Volunteer, on behalf of everyone at IMP, we thank you for taking part in our experimental aptitude test. This test will unveil your hidden skills through a series of calculated questions. Wait, there's math, I might fail. And will assure you that you know your strengths and weaknesses for future assignments. Answer each question honestly and your true potential will be unlocked. What if my skill is lying? If my skill is lying, I can't answer honestly because that's my skill that you just said. Know my strengths and weaknesses. Regards, IMP. Approximate completion time, 10 minutes. IMP takes no responsibility for any psychological issues due to testing. You have been volunteered by the CIA and any complaints should be directed to your handler. Okay. And so, aptitude test. You head to your favorite local bar for a few brewskis. It is unusually packed full of people, but you go up and order your beer anyways. As you take your first sip, the whole bar erupts into a massive free-for-all brawl. What do you do? Well, free-for-all brawl rhymes, and so I feel like I should probably participate in anything that rhymes. Can't be all bad, right? So we could say that we can avoid violence and go behind the bar. We can say that we grew up with 7 older brothers and we know how to inflict maximum damage. Said you came out to have a good time, all the chaos around you doesn't seem to bother you in the least, and you continue to drink your beer. You've always been small and can easily avoid notice. You grab your beer and sneak out before anyone notices you. Well, I like these two options. I mean, they're going to assign my stats. At the end of this, you're going to have like the culmination of all your stats. It'll have everything all tabulated. And as with so many other games before it, all of these sort of have unknown causes at the moment. I've done this about 3 times and just seen what came out the other end. And from what I can tell, they all sort of telegraph what skills you'll be getting. But then once you get to the other side, you can like rework everything except the perks anyways. And so you hope that you get the good perks. I suppose I'll go with... I'll probably just go with that one. I mean, that one probably telegraphs the fact that we'll be good in combat. We're good in a melee. Like, we don't really mind chaos all around us. We have a cool head, I suppose. Growing up, you had a strange fascination with all types of animals. You liked all animals, but there was one that stood out as your favorite. What was that animal? A Bengal tiger, a rabid squirrel, a bald eagle, an Angolan giraffe, or a North American beaver? I was going to make a joke about North American beaver, but I think I'm going to leave that one alone right now. PG-13. PG-13. But believe me, the cogs were turning. The cogs were turning. Let's go with... I mean, I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't go with bald eagles. People would be like, you should pick bald eagles! But rabid squirrel sounds pretty awesome. I don't want to be rabid, though. If it was just squirrel, I would go with that. I don't know what this affects. Let's go with North American beaver. That seems pretty awesome. You're on a cruise ship when it suddenly starts sinking. Oh, the horror! You can see an island on the horizon, but no way to tell if it is inhabited. You only have a few seconds to choose what to take with you and escape on the last lifeboat. Who do you grab? Who or what do you grab on the way to the lifeboat? Make all haste to the lifeboat. You run past a buffet table and stuff your pockets with as much food as you can carry. I will tell you from experience, mashed potatoes do not carry well in pockets. Lifeboat. Who needs a lifeboat? You'd rather swim than spend time with the people already sitting in the last lifeboat. Those stinky, smelly survivors, you. Daisy, the gorgeous blonde bartender who is standing frozen with shock. I don't go for blondes. No, thank you. I have a large problem with the dark-haired ladies. And I mean as in I have like an addiction. But anyways, let's go ahead and make all haste to the lifeboat. Maybe we'll get more AP or something. Congratulations, you have just won the lottery. Your bank account now shows a balance of $354 million plus one. What do you do with your winnings? We can donate it all to charity, except for $1. We have a full-time job at Burger Shack. You'll be okay. Buy a small island where you can start your plans for world domination, so we can actually become the bad guy of the game if we wanted to do that. You quit your job and start traveling around the world. No luggage necessary. You'll buy new things wherever you go. You have a sharp mind for financials. You invest the money for future rewards. Yes, the adult inside of me says this one. Hidden away in a far corner of the attic of a haunted house, you discover a time machine. That seems out of theme. It's a haunted house. Shouldn't I find like a ghost in the corner? A time machine in the corner. That definitely seems like, surprise, haunted house with a time machine in it. It has a user manual and looks to be fully operational. How convenient. How to use the time machine. We can go to the medieval ages. We can travel 2,000 years into the future. We can follow in the footsteps of your favorite TV show and become Doctor Who. Dismantle the time machine. No good could come from messing with the space-time continuum. Or we can be a lunatic. We can rig it to blow and then advertise in the newspaper to kill our customers. Wow. All right, well, I'm going to go with the future. I like sci-fi and cyberpunk. You are commanded to extract information from a prisoner. Use any means necessary to get the prisoner talking. How will you achieve this? Gain his trust by staging a prison break. Run through the corridors, guns blazing, killing all other guards. Blast It's Raining Men repeatedly over loudspeakers placed in his cell until he cracks. You've studied torture from every time period and culture. Where do you find that? Is there like a torture section at the library? I'm not sure where you would get research materials for that. I mean, they would tell you about torture, but the actual technique of torture, like how to flick the scalpel? I don't know. Buy him a delicious medium well-done steak with a side of vegetables and a baked potato. Ask him nicely, believing everything that he says. Play good cop, bad cop, you are both, and switch personalities every time you turn your back to him. Let's go for, I want to be a gunner, so let's just go for this one right here where you run out guns blazing, killing guards. Or wait, am I one of the guards? Because then that's like killing my friends. That doesn't seem very nice. That's not a good way to keep your friendships flourishing. Let's just blast It's Raining Men. That seems okay. You live in a quiet neighborhood, but recently someone has started walking around the street blaring bad music on their boombox. You're enjoying a good cup of coffee in the morning silence when they come out and start walking. As they're about to walk by your house, you grab the shotgun on the porch and start shooting until the boombox is no more. Okay, so there's the Texas solution. Watch in silence as he takes a few more steps and triggers the trap you have laid. A loud boom. Then the morning silence returns a few seconds later. So there's the landmine solution. Sprint straight at him using all of your momentum and wait to throw a knockout punch. Then drag the body and boombox to a hole that you dug last night. All of these are really murderous. Like every single one of these, I don't know. I feel like somebody's like... I think some of this may be wish fulfillment. Developers, do you have a guy that walks by your house every night with a boombox? Because the only time I think about this kind of stuff is when there's that guy that just every day like bangs your window with his bass while he's sitting on his porch downstairs. You're like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I am gonna kill this guy. Quickly put in a pair of earplugs and continue to drink that refreshing cup of coffee. It's a good morning. I'm gonna do this one right here. I like the Texas solution. Let's do that one. All right, you go to class and take your normal seat towards the rear of the classroom. When the teacher arrives, she hands out an exam. You did not study and have no clue what the test is on. What do you do? Well, I am experienced in this because I was a horrible, horrible student. And so since you left your glasses at home and are nearsighted, make up random comical answers. Hopefully the teacher will be impressed with your creativity. Peer over the shoulders of the students in front of you and copy their answers. Luckily, your best friends are in the class with you. Tap out the answers with your feet in a prearranged code you devised. While distracting your teachers, skillfully swap out your test for a bot copy with the correct answers. Well, I'll probably go with this one right here. This one seems the most realistic, aside from the code. I mean, mostly it was just like, psst. But yeah, this happens. Hey, I clicked you. There we go. You go into the bank to deposit some money. While waiting in line, a group of masked men with guns rush in. They start yelling for everyone to get down and shut up. In that order, because if I can talk on my way to the ground, never mind, I probably would have just got myself shot. Anyways, let the robbery run its course. When the robbers leave, follow them to their hideout and take them all out. Ninja style. Stand up for yourself and others. When one of the robbers approaches you, disarm him and use his gun to kill the rest of the robbers. We're actually going to physically rip off his arm, hold it like an assault rifle, and fire the pistol out of his limp hand. Join them. This was your plan from the start. Take all the cash from the vault before leaving. Lock everyone inside. Notice their guns wobble a bit. They are using fake rubber guns. No. We're doing this one. A zombie apocalypse has finally arrived. It is still in the early stages of the pandemic, so there is time to prepare. What is your plan for survival? Safety in numbers, find the largest group of people you can and tag along. That's probably the smartest one, to be honest. Food, health, and shelter. Gather food, medical supplies, and turn your trailer house into a fortress. It's a trailer, man. Have you ever lived in a trailer? There's no way to turn a trailer into a fortress. Good luck with that one. Weapons, weapons, weapons. It all comes down to how much firepower you have. Shotguns, grenades, and a sledgehammer are your top priority. Zombies have killed your dog. Fuck the zombies. It's time to go hunting. Why prolong the inevitable? Start screaming at the top of your lungs to attract any nearby zombies and let them convert you. Being a zombie does seem like it would be a pretty fulfilling lifelong career. Wow, this is taking forever. Let me go ahead and food, health, and shelter. I say I'll probably, I mean, if this one didn't have a trailer, let's go with safety in numbers. If there's one thing that tragedy has proved, as in New Orleans, it's that people band together. I mean, there's like rioting and stuff, but that's what the news media covers. But really, all the people behind the scenes band together and create like little communes of self-sufficiency. You love going to carnivals. The only problem is that you are terrified of some of the attractions. What is it that makes you piss your pants? My bladder. The haunted house is dark and things jump out at you. How does anyone like this? Yeah, that's true. Jump scares are lame. That's like the lazy man's horror. Merry-go-rounds. Those inanimate horses that stare at you while mocking you with their prancing. The BB gun shooting stall. You can't aim with everyone watching you, and failing is your biggest fear ever. Fortune tellers and palm readers. It's totally creepy how they can see into your future, predict what is to come. I'm gonna do fortune tellers. You're on a dating show as one of 3 contestants. You are behind door number 2 between 2 other contestants. You are asked, what do you consider a romantic evening? Don't answer, show them. Shoot the other 2 contestants, steal the date, and run for the Empire State Building just like King Kong. Oh my god, that's the guerrilla solution. Alright. Having a homemade dinner with wine. Afterwards, softly listening to Barry White's Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe, while playing doctor. Hey now. Doing a little bit of the old pinch and squeal. Reply with something generic. It doesn't matter. You're going to knock out the winner and take their place if you're not chosen. You peek through the door to discover your potential date. They look to be a mix between a troll and an overgrown Bigfoot. You run for your life. I suppose. See, I'm a hopeless romantic. You can ask my. Go ahead, jump into the streams and ask my girlfriend. So I'm gonna go with this one right here because playing doctor is always satisfying. So there it is. Don't mind if I do naive mechanic and adrenaline rush. If we click retry, I don't want to be a mechanic. That sucks. Oh, you gotta go all the way again. Okay, so I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna do the same thing as we did before, but I'm gonna move things around. So we'll go with like. That, and then we gotta make all, hey, it's the lifeboat, and then we've got financials, and then we've got the future, and then we've got raining men, and then we've got grab the shotgun, we've got make up comical answers, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be a mechanic, though. I wish you could just pick your perks. Maybe you can. I don't know. I'll try in just a second. And then we're gonna use the gun to kill him. Yeah, that sounds great. And then there's a group now, and I could do a group of people. We'll do that one, and then we'll do the fortress. The haunted house is dark, and we've got merry-go-rounds, whatever, King Kong. What do we have now? There we go. That's a little bit better. I'll keep mechanic because I suppose it's forcing me, but what does this do? See, I wish you could just assign these. Like, the randomness is cool from a gameplay standpoint, but I wish you could bypass that and just pick the perks that you wanted because now it just means that people are going to look it up online to get the perks that they want every single time anyways. Like, playing with random perks is not... If in the other Jagged Alliance games, like small differences in the way your character was built could actually make big differences, and so people are probably going to try and teetotal that. That's reducing reload cost for... Okay, that's alright, because reloading I think is 6 AP, so it'll drop it down to 5. That's pretty good. I like divisible by 5 things. Adrenaline rush. After a melee kill, 4 APs are gained. That doesn't seem that useful, but maybe I'll go into stealth with a little bit of melee too to make the best of my abilities. Don't mind if I do. Using grenades costs 2 AP less. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, that's good. Grenades are always good in games like this for fleshing people out, especially if they're hugging cover like crazy. Alright. What happens if I reset this? Nothing? Okay, I'm just checking all the new features, the things I haven't seen yet. And so we've got our physique. I may actually label this as character creation. I may not make this an episode. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got about 10 minutes left. Maybe we'll get something done. I'm not going to go with much physique because getting shot is a problem, but I want to be a gunner. So we're going to go with coordination. So physique handles your HP. It also handles your physical strength. So if you want to be a fist fighter, that's probably what you want to take. Intelligence affects your XP gain and your morale. Coordination affects your ability with hand-eye coordination. So basically anything that you think, hand-eye coordination, reflexes, so it'll have your interrupt ability when you're doing Overwatch, things like that. We'll go up to 75 intelligence. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good. Coordinating, yeah, that seems all right. Now over here, what do I want to take? Well, since I'm going to be the squad mechanic, I might as well drain the points out of medicine. We'll leave it at 10 for right now so that I can bandage and do some other things, at least in a rudimentary sense. We've got melee perks too, so I'm thinking from here we may use our points to just sort of develop. Stealth and melee go together. That's the thing, is that you need stealth. What is this? A unit's chance to remain hidden when an enemy's visual or hearing cone. Okay. The stealth is new, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm looking at it, this wasn't in pre-release. The stealth was not in game yet. So there was stealth in Back in Action, and there was stealth in some of the other games, and they worked. Actually, stealth was probably one of the best skills in Back in Action, to be honest. If you didn't take stealth, I used to run entire stealth teams because that was the only way to like get anything done in that game without a massive shootout and people dying. We'll go with. Honestly, I may just ignore the mechanical part. To be fair, we can hire a mechanic if we need it because you hire mercenaries, so. I may just drain that off. I don't know. My skills right now are leaving me a little bit out in the cold. I wish that I didn't have to stick with these. These two in particular I'm not a fan of. And that means that half my perks are shitty, and that makes me sad. So, let me go ahead. What I'll do is I'm going to make a cut right here. I'm going to keep redoing the thing until I get the result that I want. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm just going to go with what we got right now. I've been doing this for about an hour now, and I just can't seem to get things that synergize or that I want. I would really recommend that the developers put a little thing right here where you can just pick what you want. Because this randomized thing, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Like, I like to customize my character by means that are not somewhat randomized beneath the table. Like, from some of the questions, you can understand what you're going to get, but from some of the other questions, I don't know. So, we're apparently going to be an SMG user, and I have no choice about it. We have a bonus to SMGs. We have Naive, which seems like it'll be good. It has a increased morale pool, which means that when we go for a swim in the deep, dark, bloody waters of war, we may be able to keep our smiles on. Overpretentious, we get extra AP, so that's pretty cool. And then MacGyver, which repairs 2 durability units per tick. I don't know what that means. So we'll have to work on it as we go. Skin color. Oh yeah, you can change the skin colors. Okay. I'll be kind of like a tanned guy. Yeah, there we go. I run a lot in the sun. I'm kind of tan. So let's go with that. We'll go with physique back to where we were. I'm sorry, I wanted to do physique was at 70 or something like that. Actually, I'll probably leave it right there. There we go. And then we'll just use SMGs, I guess, since we get that perk. Every single thing that I've rerun in the last 40 minutes has that perk. And I've changed every single answer around. I don't know. It seems like you get that perk a lot. Maybe I'm just not noticing how it's working. But anyways, I'll probably go with... I definitely don't want any melee, because this is a game about guns. It's modern times, and you don't want to be that guy that brings a knife to a gunfight. That's a terrible plan. Stealth, I probably won't go with stealth either on this character. If we need a stealth operator, I'll try and hire one. I mean, I don't know. Stealth was really good in the previous game, so it's a little bit tempting. Explosions should be... Oh yeah, the accuracy of throwing grenades. Okay, let's go ahead and increase that to like a median value. We'll go ahead and... Can I hold that down? Oh, I can. Lovely. I don't have to click like 500 times. I'm going to take marksmanship up to the max, because being able to hit people is really, really important in this game. Like, seriously, not being able to hit people when they're like 5 feet away is mind-numbingly irritating. So, medicine, I'll probably keep that default for right now, just in case, because I don't recall seeing a medic in the... I don't remember seeing a medic for a while in the pre-release version, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. It's happened before. It'll happen again. So, we got 28 skill points left to throw around. Mechanical is down. I don't plan on repairing things much, to be honest, even though we have that MacGyver perk right there, which may actually be a lot more useful than I think it is. It might be awesome. I just can't tell you. Let's see. Do I want... Marksmanship is really the only thing that I care about right now. Maybe grenades are really, really good too. Maybe keep medicine where it's at, and we'll take the extra 28 points. Let's throw the extra points, I guess. Let's be the team medic. Let's be the team medic. Let's be the guy that gets things done if they need to get done. So that's not like an amazing score for medicine, but it's enough to where we can use a doctor's bag, and it's enough to where we can like bandage and do all the basic things that you need to do in the early game when you don't have that many units. Let's find a face that works right here. I don't know if we're gonna find a face that works, but we might. Okay, so there's not a huge variety of faces. So I figure I'll find one that looks like, I don't know. Let's leave it right there for right now. Let's go ahead and choose a hairstyle. Okay, so we've got like a lumpy thing right there. We've got my hairstyle essentially right there. We've got, ooh, a sexy man mullet. Yeah. Business in the front, party in the back. We've got what looks like a normal buzz cut and baldy. Okay. I'm going to go with the mullet because it's way too awesome to bypass. Like, if you have a mullet that awesome, you know that you're like king of the trailer park. There is no way that you are not ruling with an iron fist throughout the tin wall, throughout the tin-walled sectors. Let's go, and does he need a beard? What does he need right now? Ooh, there it is. There it is. That's the one right there. Okay. All right, and so we're going to throw that over there. Awesome. And now we got to pick an upper body. Let's go ahead and we can give him like a colored shirt or something. Yes, color forth your shirt. Wearing uniform colors. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. A white shirt, maybe? Ooh, a wife beater? Yeah, there we go. We'll throw him in a tank top. That'll work. That'll work. That goes along with the overall theme of the character. I think that I'm down. I'm definitely down. Let's do this thing. And what kind of pants should he wear? I mean, if we were going for like the Margaritaville look, that's probably what I would go for, but... Oh, it only looks like there's a couple kinds of pants. Does he want jeans or does he want fatigues? I think the shorts are out. The shorts are right out. I think that will be... Let's go with the fatigues, I guess. The fatigues are on theme. I'll probably make them darker, though. There we go. Now he's looking pretty good. And obviously, we've got to name him. And I haven't had any time to think up... like a super awesome name, so I'm just going to have to make this one up off the top of my head. It's got to be something along the lines of mullets. And so what do people with mullets enjoy? Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, here we go. First name, Billabong Brewsky. Yeah, son! And then his nickname will obviously be Brewsky. There we go. Awesome. And so we're done. Let's play the game! Finally, we get to play the game. We're good. I've been sitting here forever trying to make this character, and I just gave up. The mission was to rescue Marion, the rebel leader. Oh, the mission to rescue Marion, the rebel leader, was sabotaged. After fleeing Lilitu prison, the strike team was shot down in their helicopter with Marion Shiro on board. One agent managed to jump out in time and survive the crash, get to the helicopter crash site to search for the other survivors. Well, it says that only one of us jumped out and survived, so doesn't that already imply that all the other people are dead? Just saying. Okay, so what do we have right here? We have an M1822, which is a Colt 1911. I think, my guess is that a lot of people don't know this, but you have to switch the names of things around before you put them in games. So let's say that you put a Colt 1911 in your game and you call it a Colt 1911. That means you owe royalties to Colt and you have to pay them money for that. And so that's why so many games you see them swap around the names of guns. So we've got a Colt 1911. We've got a box of 2045 ACP. Okay. Got 7 bullets in the chamber. We came with a knife, and we've got a band-aid with us. So we are basically on the most... Sure thing. I mean, we're on a slim diet right now of useful items for combat. So let's swing on out here and see if we can't fatten ourselves up a little bit. So the way that the game controls is you use WASD to pan around, which is going to be a little bit faster right now because apparently, I don't know, the defaults seem like they've been moved around or something. So that's going to be annoying. Let's go ahead and fix that right now before we get any further because, frankly... Can't be having that. Let's go, I think like 60% in there will probably be where I want to be. I'd prefer it be a little bit slow versus as fast as it is right now. Awesome. And does that end my game? Please don't tell me that ends my game. Okay, awesome. There we go. Much better. All right, so now we're able to pan with cinematic speed so that people don't feel... What is that over there? It looks like there's... Oh, those are the two overlapping... Wait, what are those purpley colors right there? Oh, well. Radio. Can you hear me? This is Marion. I don't think anyone else survived. The prince already sent out patrols looking for me. It won't take long until they'll start interrogating the people of Badia. It's not going to be pretty. I'm begging you. Please help us. We need to save the people of Badia. I can hear something nearby. Hold on. It's most definitely the prince's army coming to finish the job. Find a good spot and take them out. It's payback time. So we have a contact right there. I think... Oh, there's a contact over there, too. Ew, there are enemies on all sides of us. Namely, the left and the front side. If there's anybody on the right side, though. Anybody on the right side? I think on the pre-release, there was only 2 people in this fight. And so I'm using a little bit of metagame knowledge right now, but you all won't blame me. It's okay. Let's go ahead and punch some holes in these guys, although he's got a vest. Now, the gear that they're carrying, they have a chance to drop it when you kill them, but they don't drop everything that they have on their person. So it's not Skyrim rules. It's more like... Let's see here. We can do different things. So in case you were wondering, we can do different things by right-clicking on our character. If you right-click and then you click on that eyeball, it'll change his facing, but it costs you AP. If you click on him and then you do this, you can pick whether you want him to be down in a crouching position or if you want him to be laid down on his tummy, which, given the fact that his nickname is Brewsky, is quite rotund. I'm going to squat down right there behind this cover. We're probably still going to get shot in our face, but we'll hope for the best. End the turn! Oh, thank God. I'm so glad that he can't shoot right now. And so we can aim at different parts of their body. If you see as I mouse over, there's no simple way to do this. You just kind of have to, sometimes you're going to end up fishing around trying to get the body part that you want, especially if the perspective of the game is a little bit weird. So for example, if they're laying down back here and you rotate and you're trying to get at them, sometimes it's going to be very difficult in order to target somebody in the place that you want. It's something you've just kind of got to learn to deal with because there is no Fallout-esque zoom in mode where you can click on things. Let's see, we can right-click to make our aim a little bit tighter, and so you can see the AP cost goes up. If you're wondering how much AP we have, it's right there. We have 22 AP, and we're going to put it to use here. If we click on this right here, it gives us a reaction time, and so that makes it so that as the enemy is running around, basically the person with the best reaction time gets to take their action first. So let's say that if there's a guy running over here and then he's shooting, if his reaction time is better, he'll be able to run over here and shoot before I could interrupt him with cover fire, essentially, or with reactive fire. I think I would prefer to get into a better position right now because I am sort of exposed and I don't like feeling as though I'm willy to the wind, especially since that shot's a little bad for us. We've got, the problem here is that we've got a pistol and the pistols have a severely limited range. So I'm going to go ahead and try and sneak my way back behind here and then I'm going to drop and hopefully that's about the best we're going to be able to do. It looks like he's still able to take shots at us from right there. I don't know if... Hopefully he doesn't drop right here. Okay, so it looks like we've actually got a much tighter shot right now. So with 82%, I think it's time for us to unload, although we're firing from a laying position. So let's maybe stand up and see what happens here. Oh, no, the AP amount actually stays the same. Okay. All right, then. Well, we're only going to get one shot no matter what we do. So let's go ahead and drop. And we'll take a shot at his torso, I guess. And apparently I can fire through this stump. That works out great for me, but not so good for them. We've only got 3 AP left, so let's go ahead and bypass the turn. Pretty soon we're going to be sinking some very serious gunfire. Now, in him dropping right there, that means that I can only shoot him in his head, unfortunately, and headshots do not typically work so well in this game for me. So, while I can aim for it... Oh, no, we can still get a torso shot off right there. Let's go for the torso shot, then. I mean, it looks like I'm aiming at his bung, but I think that'll work out all right. Yeah, is he dead? Is he down? Oh, I think he's down. Yeah, he's down. That little thing right there means that he has a loot bag on him. Normally you can mouse over that and you can find out what they've got that you can loot. But we're going to hang tight right here and let's wait for the next exchange. I'm really, really sincerely hoping we don't get shot. I mean, I don't think anybody in the history of ever has been like, I hope that I get shot today. We're only getting a 4% increase on the torso shot from right there. So I don't think that's going to help us that much. Let's just go for it. Alright, 2 shots managed to sneak through. You can see that he's bleeding there right now. Additionally, he's got a little down arrow, which I think is that his AP has been nerfed by the fact that he's taken damage. I'll have to confirm that, though, and tell you in future episodes. I'm not totally sure about some of the things that they've added since pre-release. Oh, we've got a reload. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pay attention to my... If you press the... You can press the R key, or you can click this little button down here to do your reload. I'll try and make this a bit of a tutorial because I kind of... In the pre-release, I struggled my way through this because the tutorial tells you how to do stuff, but tutorials are for quitters. So let's go ahead and reload. It looks like that cost us about 5 AP. Alright, that's okay. We're going to wait for the shot to come back up. Come on. There it is. And so we've taken him out. We got 2 enemies down right now. We're preparing an assault on Angetta, but our numbers are still small. There's not much I can do to help you for now in terms of manpower. However, there are a few people on the island, retired soldiers, ex-convicts, and others that can aid you for a fee, of course. There's an old cranky cook that goes by the name of Spice. He owns a bar in Badia and knows just about everybody on the island. Tell him I sent you and he'll help you. Also, I've transferred some funds to you in a short list of names. Hired guns. It should be enough to get you started. Viva la Revolution. Commence with the rebellion. Alright, and so let's go ahead and check on over here. I don't need that right now. No tooltips. It looks like he's dropped 9mm ammo. Now, the big problem I've run across in this game is that a lot of the time... Oh, look, they added a new split ammo thing. That's cool. That wasn't actually in the pre-release version. You just kind of drag the entire stack over, and it did what it did. Well, we made it out of our first engagement without getting shot, and that's usually a pretty good sign. I think I'm going to break off the episode right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me as we have Billabong Brewsky on his adventures to save Badia. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and let me know down in the comments whether you're excited about this series or not. See you there.